Hello everybody. I'm here to spread some synergy with my cousin today.
Yes.
So tune in.
Keep it real so you can heal. My first official guest. Yes. Yes.
Tune in.
Tune in. You want to take a picture? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Spreading that positivity.
Ooh. I feel like it's going to come out good. Oh, they can't see it. But it's all good. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Keep it real so you can heal. Mother first.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. It's going down.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. I am Latisha, and I'm here to just, chat about life of being a mom.
Here it is, everyone who happens to be watching. We are on Keep It Real So You Can Heal podcast dedicated to overall mental health, more specifically suicide prevention and awareness. Everything is mental. Everything starts in the mind. First series and episode is titled #Mother First. I have Latisha here. She is a mother. That is a job that I feel like people who are not mothers don't really understand. So we're going to get a little bit into some things that it takes or that we go through as mothers.
So I'm in the teen phase. I do have a 17-year-old daughter who will be 18 soon. And I have a 13-year-old son who will be 14 soon. So y'all pray for me.
Going through the motions.
Yes.
Adolescence and transitioning to adulthood.
Yep, going into senior year and going into freshman year. So I'm going through all of the transitions, all of the emotions, all of the, all the things right now.
It's real.
Yep.
And we're going to keep it real so we can heal from it. You're going to take an oath.
Okay.
I need you to hold up your peace sign.
Either hand.
Either hand. I'm going to read some things. I'm going to pause so you can repeat after me.
All right.
I, whatever your name is,
Latisha,
come in peace.
Come in peace.
To pop the top.
To pop the top.
On my unique stories.
Of my unique stories.
And experiences.
And experiences.
With intentions on sharing.
With intentions on sharing.
Learning.
And
connecting. All right, so now we're going to change the peace sign to,
okay.
I vow to keep it real.
I vow to keep it real.
So I can heal.
So I can heal.
All right, stay like that. Now we're going to get into just a few questions. And if there's something you want to share other than what I have up here, then the floor is yours. Just let me know where you want to intervene, if you want to intervene.
All right.
You have 2 kids, correct?
Right. Yes.
So of course, you go through the
2 and a half. I have a 10-year-old dog.
Oh, that's right, Cash.
Yeah.
You're a pet mom as well, so
yes.
that's
yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Pets are important, and they are just like real kids. From what I have experienced,
yes.
I don't have any pets.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting there. We got to work on a few things first.
Yeah.
All right. So, pregnancy terms, long drawn out process.
So I start with my daughter first. I carried her 39 weeks. She was a week early due to me having preeclampsia. She was, regular. She was 7 pounds, 3 ounces. So she was a good weight. Now my son, I had him at 28 weeks.
Okay.
So it was unexpected for me to have him early. But because when I went in for one of my checkups, they told me that I was already dilated. Now, I didn't know I was at work and everything, but they told me I had already dilated. And from my doctor's appointment, I had to go straight to the emergency room. So my doctor met me there. They went ahead and started all this medication to slow labor down. So they did get a chance to do that. He was actually breached at the time when I went to the hospital. So they slowed labor down. In the time that I was there, I was on complete bed rest for about 3 weeks. So he did end up turning the right way. The week that I was released off of bed rest, which was week 4, like the beginning of the week, we was making progress. He had moved up. I remember maybe that Friday, at the time my dad was working at the hospital. He had came to visit, like on his regular lunch break, and I kept telling him I feel some pain. So we had buzzed the nurse to come in. She came in, she only gave me some ice water. I'm like, this is not going to help. Right. I said, I think something is not right. And so my doctor wasn't there at the time. So she said, just keep crunching on this ice. Crunching on the ice. I'm like, no, I'm having some pain.
Something's happening, yeah.
So at that time, around maybe within like 30, 40 minutes, my doctor did come and he checked me and he was like, you're going to have your baby today.
It's time.
So, you know, luckily I was already in the hospital and they kind of already prepped me because they thought he was going to be early. So I already, you know, had all the medications and stuff for him. It was more for him, not for me. Okay. So I had him no medication because he was going to be early. So they want to make sure that he don't have a reaction to anything. So I had him. He was 3 pounds. When I did have him, it was like a room full of doctors, nurses. I didn't hold him. They took him and put him like in the outlet, put all the tubes and stuff up to him. Then I think I had Jaden maybe 7. I think 7, I forgot. But I didn't see him until 11 o'clock that night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah. And he stayed in the hospital for about a month. The only thing they told me when he can go home once he is 5 pounds and he is feeding off the feeding tube because he was on the feeding tube because everything wasn't developed all the way. Gotcha. So, fast forward to now. He is about to be 14. He came home with nothing, no medical anything. I mean, he's about to be 14. He's, you know,
he's good to go.
Yeah, all boy. Okay. Just eating up everything. But right. Yeah. So yeah.
You had some struggles.
Yeah, with him. Getting him. And then like after him, we just decided with all the complications, like we were done.
Gotcha.
And that's when the dog came. When the dog came a little bit later, but
I got you. But that's to be understood. You don't want to keep putting yourself at risk.
Yep.
And then he was your second child.
Yeah.
So, how was your delivery with your oldest child, Jayla? She was a pretty smooth pregnancy.
Yeah, she was. I was a trooper. I didn't. I just had at the time I was told now that they don't give morphine in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know that either. But I just got something that kind of eased the pain. I didn't get an epidural or anything. She was kind of. She was smooth. The only thing when I had Jayla, I still remember because my mama would tell me, and our aunt. I remember Jayla being in the room because she was I kept her in the room. I was in the bed and I'm just hearing some weird noises. We thought it was her breathing. So we got the nurse to come in and the nurse was like, no, she's fine. I'm like, well, what is she doing? She's humming.
So girl, not singing.
A few, yes. And my mom and our aunt is a witness to that.
For real?
She with Jayla up until maybe 1. She had 2 red spots on her eyelids, and the nurse and the doctor told us there were angel kisses.
That's what's up. And this is crazy because we are first cousins.
Yeah.
Jayla's my second cousin.
Yeah.
But this is my first time ever hearing this story.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've had crazy. Some unique pregnancies and stories. So yeah.
And that's what I like to share. A lot of people have kids,
right?
But everybody has like I said, unique individual story specifically for them.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. Now we've gotten through delivery. You gave us your whole delivery process. Did you experience any postpartum depression with either of your pregnancies?
I don't think so. Jaden, my second one, I didn't, because both the kids are 4 years apart. With Jayla, I wouldn't say I did, but a part that I didn't share, that I guess I would have to share it to make it make sense.
Okay.
Before Jayla, I had a stillborn.
Okay, I remember that.
So they would have been like a year apart. I guess having her kind of like always reminded me of him, because we knew like before the situation happened, I had just found out the week prior that it was going to be a boy.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, and I had to go through the whole delivery phase because that was another case when I didn't know what was going on. So going through the stillborn, my daughter, and then my son, the conclusion was made that I have weak cervix, so I can't, you know, that's when we decided not to have any more kids. But with the stillborn, no, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, with him, I had him natural, like I was gonna have my other two kids. But when I had my stillborn, he was 5 months. So he didn't survive because it was way off guard. No, we didn't catch anything because I didn't know.
Right.
But we did give him a name. So his name is Jalen.
Okay.
So that's how we came up with Jayla and Jaden.
Okay.
So we took a piece of him and gave it to them.
I like that.
And we do have a keepsake of him at home.
Okay.
And we have shared once they got older about him.
Okay.
So they know.
So how did they receive
I
that?
should have worn my bracelet because I have all three of them on the bracelet, but I didn't bring it.
Okay.
But yeah, they know about him. And we don't really celebrate his birthday, but it's weird. I had him, now, you know, just wait. I had him April the 18th. Okay. Jaden's birthday is June the 18th. And my birthday is August the 18th.
Right.
So I know, like, it's all a connection. Like, yeah.
Everything is connected. I truly feel that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, because that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, we thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Have you ever, or maybe currently, have experienced what they call like mom burnout, where you just are like, man, how are you coping with that?
I feel like I'm not, and I should be. So if I'm talking about now, okay, I'm going through the phase where, you know, being a mom don't stop.
It doesn't.
So even if you have a full-time job, I am married, so I have a husband at home, but the mom piece just don't stop. And I mean, you do get burnt out, but it's like, I feel like if I sit down and just shut everybody out, it's not going to get done. So I have to work on that, because if I don't give to myself or put into me, I can't give to them.
Right.
So mom burnout is real, especially if your kids are involved in so much stuff and with school and just everyday stuff.
Like
but you do have to take time for you, which I'm speaking to myself as well, but I haven't done it like I should. I take self-care days, like just normal things like nails, hair, but that's just maintenance.
Right.
It's not like where I'm actually blocking everything away.
Gotcha.
So I need to work on that.
Please do.
Yeah.
And if we need to help each other work on that, then because like I said, it's like there's so much going on. Right. And you are now responsible for somebody. So it's like you want to take care of them first, but you mentioned that you still have to take care of you in order to take care of them. Right. I think I've heard a saying like you cannot pour from an empty cup. So that's how we need to look at it. Don't look at it as being selfish or whatever, or neglecting. You know, you take care of your kids, but you know you got to take care of you in order to take care of your kids. So we're gonna work on some mom burnout coping mechanisms or activities or something. And like I said, maybe if other people come up here eventually, maybe they can share what they do to get.
Well, my therapy is shopping.
Shopping,
but, you know,
okay. Retail therapy. You know how there's a saying like it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
Who is involved in your village?
Okay.
When it comes to assisting you with, you know, sometimes, hey,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, of course, my husband is the number one, my go-to person, because he is in the home. I mean, I will tell him, go talk to your daddy.
Right.
To kind of give him some of that energy.
Right.
But yeah, he is like the number one person. If we, you know, need a break, of course, my parents are here in town, so we reach out to them, and his mom is here. But now that the kids are of age, they feel like they don't need the older people. But yeah, just we have a real small circle now that they're older. When they were younger, we did reach out to more family, but now that they're getting older, we just kind of did the grandparents.
Gotcha. They can kind of fend for themselves a little bit more.
But they still need to be looked over. Out for.
After? Or,
yes.
Gotcha.
Because they're in that teen phase, so, you know.
Gotcha. Okay. But you are thankful for your village.
Yeah,
That definitely makes a difference.
Yeah.
When you know
they're just not up to speed with all the technology and stuff that these teenagers have.
Right.
Yeah, they do it the old school way, so they keep them in check.
But they're there. You need them to be there.
Yep.
Are there any traditions that maybe you experienced as a child, you know, in your childhood that you are continuing with your kids, or maybe want to eventually get to that point? Or do you just kind of go with the flow of things?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Let's see, well, with me growing up, I came from a Christian background, so a lot of like my outings consist of church. Right. We did church events.
Okay.
We did family events. With my personal kids, I give them a little bit more outside of religion experiences. They do more sports. I really wasn't into sports growing up, so they've been into sports since they've, you know, been able to sign up for sports. As far as like holidays and stuff, we're kind of backing away from it and just, I can't think of the word, we're doing more of like more meaningful things,
right?
Like more family things, because you know time is going by so quick, so just doing things that make sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we do a little bit of tradition, but we're kind of doing our own thing,
creating your own.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are doing that now. I know I am. It's like there's nothing wrong with.
No,
you know,
it's not. It's
there's
not.
Nothing wrong
I mean,
with
there's so
like,
many ways that you can celebrate, so many ways that you can honor people, but you don't have to stick one way. You can make your own lane and go that way. So that's what we've been doing now that they're older and they kind of know things for themselves. I don't want to say too much like with certain things like Easter Bunny and Santa and all that. They like I said, they're older now, so they know more about life and more about what matters. And like what matters is just being thankful and grateful
the
for
little things.
Yeah.
It's real.
So
okay, I feel that, and that's kind of how we are too. It's like you know, you have your holidays, but to me, what matters is just creating memories, regardless of what we're doing, regardless of what time of the year it is. And
now there's a holiday for everything, so
it is.
That's why I'm like, okay, we're gonna celebrate something every day. So
that's why I'm like, it's so broad, and you don't want to have your kids like caught too much up into that. So, all right, so this is my final question or kind of topic that I wanted to go over.
Okay.
So, what do you think your biggest challenge as a mother?
Just being honest with them and letting them hear it from home first.
Right.
Because, you know, they're in school, they're becoming of age where they're learning different things at school, but the school way can teach them one way, but hearing it from home is different. And just having those real conversations that you didn't think that you would have to have with them, it's been a challenge. But I'd rather for them to hear it from me than to hear it from somebody else.
Right.
Because then they'll know, okay, like, she knows what's going on. If something does happen, or if I have a question, I can come to her and ask her. So having real conversations. I wouldn't say it's been a challenge, but it's just been something that, you know, we just need to have.
Right. Okay. All right.
It's different with social media, so
Yeah.
you need to get to them before
everybody else does. Yeah, it's like we're in a different world. Things are naturally going to change. Like, you cannot change the fact that stuff is going to change. You don't know what the changes are until you are in it. And then you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's weird. I can just tell I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Because we've been through stuff.
Yep.
And all you want to do is just kind of guide your kids into the right direction.
I don't know if you have mentioned it earlier or just another conversation we had, but it's like everything is kind of coming back full circle, but in a different,
with a twist.
Yeah.
That's what I think, or that's what I see, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Like conversations about high school, I'm like, yeah, I went through that, but the difference is technology and social media. So we've been there, but we can tell you from a different perspective, where we didn't have the phone. And everybody wasn't recording everything, and everybody didn't have to be noticed and seen. So it's different, but I mean, they just have to know that we've been there.
Right.
Probably not in the same way that they're going through situations, but we've been there.
We know overall the bottom line.
Yeah, we
is
know.
That
we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Okay.
And this generation, our generation, we're more open to talk to them about stuff versus when our parents, they kind of just told us the bare minimum, even if they wanted to even say anything.
Right.
Like, we just had to figure it out from an older sibling or a cousin or TV. So I just like, now we can sit down and really talk about that stuff.
Right. It's, in a sense,
some
easier.
Some people still might be uncomfortable having those conversations, but I feel like if you don't talk to your kids, they're going to experience it some way.
Exactly.
So
it's gonna happen.
Yep.
So you might as well be their first point of contact. Go ahead and get it out there and kind of.
Even though they're still not gonna tell you everything.
They're not.
But
we know that. We didn't tell our parents everything, so we understand that.
Right.
Did you have anything else you want to share, talk about, off your chest? Share with somebody as a mother, maybe like somebody as a first-time mother about to pop out a baby. Any advice to upcoming
first-time mom? Just, enjoy your babies, because time do go by quick.
It does.
Just celebrate them. Any little milestone that they have, because they're gonna be teenagers soon, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, we didn't do this, so we didn't do that." Oh, yes, you did. Here's the pictures of proof.
Right.
I'm a picture person, so I take pictures of everything. Just enjoy and do it your way. Because you have to raise that child, and they're gonna be in your care. So you can get advice and read the books, but you have to do what works for you and take time for you.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do that because you feel like you have to be needed everywhere, but you do have to take time for you, or you will get burnt out.
You will get burnt out. You will break down.
And then when you get burnt out, you get frustrated and everything shuts down. Everything starts to shut down. So and just have that go-to person or that circle or whatever outlet, like journaling or yoga or going to the park.
Right.
Just don't let it be social media.
Right.
I feel like social media is not an outlet. Social media is, it's giving you like the
It's a
false
fine line.
It is, but it's giving you that false narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm going through something and I see whoever, living their best life, that might not be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to find what works for you.
Right.
And just being alone and being in your own state of mind, I think that helps you be clear.
Yeah.
Get some candles, whatever.
Do you meditate?
I did.
Okay.
I need to get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it helps unblock a lot of things.
It does.
Yeah.
I've been kind of in and out of it, but
Right.
the consistency is where I struggle.
Yeah.
But it does help. It does work.
Yeah,
it really helps you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So meditation and just being true to yourself for your kids, and just basically trusting the process.
Being their biggest cheerleader, but on the parent end of it.
Right.
Not being the friend. You can't be the
You
friend.
gotta know where to draw that line.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you can't be the friend.
Yes.
Or they will run over you.
Yes. You definitely have to set boundaries.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. That's big.
And you have to be open to let them. You have to present yourself to where they feel open to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they might not, but eventually they will.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't come to you, you will see the change, or whatever y'all talked about. You'll see, I'm like, okay, they did listen.
You can tell they processed it and thought it through. Yeah.
Just know, being a parent is 24/7.
24/7.
Yeah.
I agree.
From the time they get up to the time they go to bed, even then. Oh, I did forget one thing.
What's up?
I did forget one thing. I used when my children was younger, or just hearing just people talk, they would say how it's hard for toddlers and babies. Like, oh, this is a hard phase. I used to think that too. That phase was just them learning. They were just learning how to be a person. I think this phase
is harder.
This is a hard phase because they're out experiencing life through their eyes, and now they're driving. So you're on edge. Okay, where are you at? Because they don't know life yet, so they're ready to go out there and do stuff, but it's not as easy, or it's not what they think. Right. So I think this phase of raising a child is the hardest, because you really have to be on them. Right. Not like knowing everything, but it's a lot going on out here when they're driving or in schools, middle school, high school. So you just gotta they have to be mindful. Right. To things going on. So I think this is the hardest phase. Right. Once they're grown and they're out on their own, they have experienced life a little bit, but now they're learning, and they think they know. Right. And we're trying to help them, but I think this is, so far with me, the teenage phase has been the hardest.
When your child thinks they know everything already.
Yeah, they already know.
I got you. I can see that.
I really do. When they're younger, they just want to play. They want to play video games. They want to eat all day. But this is a phase where they want to go out. They want to drive. They want to, hang out with friends. And you just got to make sure when they are in these places that they're just making good choices. Definitely. Because one bad mistake.
I had seen a quote that says, "Everything you do affects everything you do."
Yeah.
And that's real.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't take it back. So once it's done, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah, and this phase can be a phase of enjoyment. Like enjoy being a teenager. Right. Because you won't get that back.
Exactly.
So just enjoy being a freaking kid.
Yeah. Live it up. Time seemingly goes by
with no bills.
With no bills. Right.
Oh, Lord.
Take me back. Take
Right,
me
no
back
bills.
right now to no
No
bills.
bills.
Living a good life.
Right.
You get fed.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
can do
walk
what you
around.
really want to do as long as you ain't doing that crazy.
$200 pair of shoes, no Starbucks,
Right.
all that, you know. Just
Simple things. So it's a wrap. Hold on, here, but
episode 1.
episode
Damn.
1. Thank you, like I'm for real. Thank you so very much.
No,
for,
of course,
for doing this.
Yeah, I opened up more than I thought I would, but I mean, it was all like true.
That's what I'm saying. That's all we ask here at Team
Yeah.
Synergy.